Practice was going too well, and the clutch pedal fell to the floor. Boys are racing to figure out what it is, get it fixed.
So after Richard lost clutch pedal in practice, we only had an hour and 15 minutes to get ready for the seeding round, which would set us up for top 32 the next day in comp. Once we found out that it was a leak in the slave cylinder line, not the slave cylinder we had just replaced, we had to go around the pits, beg anybody if we could dig through their spare parts and find a line that would work. Luckily, Sean Ellenworth had one. We were able to get that in, get the clutch somewhat bled, but we were unable to install new clutch discs, meaning they were coated in clutch fluid. So we sprayed them off with brake clean. We hope to goodness that it would give him enough of a car to get through seeding round. Hopefully we can get the win. That gives me and the guys enough time to completely sort the car before comp the next day. And we are just sending it in, hoping Richard can get it done and that we've given him enough to do his job.
2 Corvettes, American V8s. Let's make our jaws drop here, boys.
Advani hit a cone. They didn't stop. They went about halfway through. Contact was made. Dempster called the comp timeout. All right, run 1. Advani out front, Dempster in the chase position. Advani coming up a bit short there, now into the second outside zone. You can see him wavering to massage it to get in. Let's see how they handle this crossover past the inside clip and into that final outside zone. Again, Advani goes to initiate, and it's just...
That thing's gripped up here.
Wow. These guys are, oh man, getting involved now with that second outside zone. Definitely going to want to see that overhead. That's the truth theorem. Shows you where the car is, the attitude of it. Now that final outside zone.
Oh,
Dempster, a little quick correction, but Advani saw him come up short.
That's it, man. He essentially stopped drifting there before the finish line. So I'm gonna say that was the nail in his coffin.
That's my first time doing a chase with no clutch. I lost my clutch at the end of the lead run. I almost bailed out and was like, you know what, I don't know how I'm gonna drive with no clutch. I don't know how I'm gonna do the initiation and how I'm gonna chase. I made it around the track, surprisingly, but in the last zone, it was in third, on throttle, clutch out, nothing. It wasn't even engaging. I couldn't even make it back to the fucking pits.
Some of the fluid that had been leaking in the bell housing completely saturated the clutch disc. That's where we feel what happened here. We'll find out probably tomorrow. But the good thing is our guys at ACT had already sent us out some spare clutch plates, and it arrived right after it happened. Now, Rich did hit a cone on our first run, and he went the full way around without shutting down. If he hadn't done that, the clutch would have made it through the battle, which he had in the bag. And our new clutch right there, sent here. 4 HP Chasers, attention me, Formula Drift, got here right as it's needed, so we'll throw that in, get everything buttoned up. It happens in maintenance, so everything that was going on, it's these little tiny little things that take you out. And here's the proof once again, but it does happen. It's called racing. We're not curing cancer, and nobody needs this to happen. Kind of a glutton for our own punishment. Rich is frustrated. We kind of felt good. We had a little hubris actually, and then clutch goes out. Then boom, boom, boom. We need to remember that we're not going to celebrate till the job is done, although we were just proud of how well we had done. We weren't talking as if we had figured it all out. We were just proud of ourselves as a team, and we did great. The way Brandon, Morrow, and myself worked on the car together in sequence as fast as we could possibly do it. Beat my old record, actually. I'm so proud of the guys for that. We did great. We just didn't do good enough.
Man, I'm so disappointed. I'm so bummed. The guys did their best to get it fixed. We almost had to call a 5. We got it done, but obviously it wasn't done all the way because, yeah, I lost my clutch at the end of the first battle, or at the end of the lead. And then, man, I felt so comfortable at this track. I felt so good. I'm curious to watch the replay though. I don't even know what I look like back there with no clutch, just jamming gears and heavy on the, man, damn it.
So they're drag racing out here right now. We have a new contender. So guess who made it to turn? Woo! Big Rush. So he missed it. And didn't get to see us drive, but now we're out. Race man. That's fall out. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't think they'd be more mad if there was a streaker out here? Oh, dude. Speed wobbles. All right, guys, so it is Saturday, and it's Pro One day. But since me and the guys are here, we're not stopping. We're getting the car ready to go for our next round. Plus Pro Down tomorrow for testing. And we still have the trans out. We've been doing some other maintenance, but our good guys at ACT, Advanced Clutch Technology, and if you've been watching or checked any of my videos before, you know this is the only clutch I run or mess with. They make amazing products and they don't fail, but everything fails. It's a machine, and when it does, the support that we get from this company, it's culture. It comes from the owner. I met him. He is just a grade A human, and everybody that works in that company that I've dealt with is the same thing. They have a passion for what we do. They know that we push everything beyond what even they can imagine, and they appreciate that about us because then they get to engineer new things. But called them yesterday once we discovered that we had more damage than we thought and we didn't have enough spares. They got it out here to us this morning, and we're going to be assembling it now. So I'm going to go through and show the guys how to properly set up the clutch, make sure that everything's in proper adjustment, and then put it in. That way every one of us knows how to do it if it's necessary, but cannot thank Advanced Clutch Technologies enough. I don't know how much the field's running their things, and they must have got a million of those calls yesterday, just in the fact that we are so hard on stuff, and you cannot predict what happens. And you can predict that when you call them, they will move whatever mountain needs to be moved in order to make sure that we can continue doing what we love to do. So thank you guys so much. Check it out and make sure if you're upgrading your clutch, go to Advanced Clutch Technologies. It is by far one of the best clutches out there, but in my opinion, the best clutch company on the planet. So we just went ahead and we cleaned this thing. So we want to make sure we get all impurities. ACT looked at the pictures we sent, said that it's still good, so we are going to run it. They also then sent us out new floater plate with all the fasteners, and now we're going to go ahead and put it on, build it up, and we're going to do it in order. Every little part is certified. Look at this. You see this? These have been balanced together. Right, so they understand that that's the point. Everything's been balanced. So we like this X, these dos X's across here. That keeps everything in balance, well within tolerance of balance. Ooh, almost sweat on there. Where's the old one? So we sprayed some fluid onto our clutch discs, these things here. They broke down, some clutch fluid, and then we just beat the hell out of this thing. We were able to actually run an entire third or second chase run on this, where we did two lead runs, and then the third run, chase run. In the final 10 feet, he clutched in, which unbound everything that was there, and then it would not reseat because it had no more to give and didn't get that win. But that's how much these things can take. We slammed it, took off in third gear, and then he ran through just wheel and no fear. He was able to run a chase, tight line, tight proximity, great rate of aim, everything, and almost made it. But that's how robust these things can be. Completely not good, and still did more than anybody could ever ask of from a clutch. So these discs, or clutch discs, are attached solid to the shaft, the input shaft of the transmission. And those are allowed to spin on this side. The motor's on the other side with this attached to it. And this has the pressure plate, floater, and two discs. So when you actuate the clutch, depress the clutch, it gives it space, allows you to spin, which allows the motor to keep rotating, transmission to slow down. You can either shift gears or rest, pull to a stop without making your motor die. Then let the clutch out, it clamps down, and then everything moves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know if I learned something there.
See? Turn around. They do send out packets that we could go through here, but I just wanted to show you, they also have all their resources online, so you can go there and they have, but you can pan through, it's all the instructions. It goes through how to set it. So we install the floater, then it tells us about the floater tensioning or gapping, and then the final gap and tolerances you want if you had done everything right. So it's all the resources are right there. All right, dudes, the pits are happening right now. We got the guys from Ignition Speed Shop over here doing an impromptu photo shoot. But me and the dudes here, as you see Brandon and Morrow, they are getting this clutch back in. We're gonna do some testing at Pro Brodown tomorrow, which is here, but at the road course. And Morrow is freaking stepping up and learning things, and Brandon is stepping up and teaching things. I'm really stoked on that. We're gonna get it done. We got this guy here creeping, taking photos. Uh-oh, Inception. Hey Cole, go back and forth and go Nate Cam, Russ Cam, Nate Cam, Russ Cam. Some people need flywheel stops, but not us. We have Brandon, he is just manhandling it. Freaking savage. All right, so Morrow and Brandon have already just gotten our new ECT pressure plate, discs, floater, reinstalled under our ACG flywheel. We have all the X's matched up there. And then we have double checked all the tolerances. We have the input shaft that slides in and out, nice. Now we're just checking the tolerances on the fingers.
Oh, you almost got hit in the head.
No brain, no pain. So if you can see right here, you gotta go to, there we go. So if you see right here, we're just a little over 1/8, and the tolerances are under 1/8 or over 3/16. You take it off and you re-shim it. So we're good to go. Everything's torqued down, paint marked. So the input shaft goes in. So we're moving on to the bell housing. Again, it's pretty simple after that. So the interesting part here is I'm having to take a step back from hands-on everything. And for me, that's a development, a muscle that I'm having to really exercise, because it's to get the action done. It's faster for me to just get in there and do it. But if I'm not always able to do that, I need to have people who are competent, capable, and confident, because they've done it, and I'm confident that they'll do it. So that's what we're doing here. And I'm leaving it there, but coming in and just double checking for my own peace of mind that everything that was instructed was done, or that they already knew is still, or everything that they already have known is still what it is we're gonna be doing. All right, so the guys have learned how to put in a transmission. It's in, we're warming it up. We're gonna give it a test and go do Brodown. Should be good.
How did it feel?
You gotta get that tune dialed. The drivability at low RPMs is no good, and I can't open it up right now.
Yeah.
The time where we're at. So it seems good. And if you heard me like right there going kind of clutch picking it, it seemed to be potentially having like a slight delay between release and then grabbing. Yeah. But it's like slight. I mean, it drove just like it did yesterday. Every time I drive it out there. Going into reverse, that was weird.
Are you filming him naked, or are you filming the process?
My nipples.
I'm filming you get naked now.
You don't want to see me naked.
All right, so today we are at the Pro Down. We're at the media area, right on side this inside long sweeper off the bank. Richard's going now. Testing from our fixes the other day, or last night. Making sure that everything's good before we put it back in the tray. So we were practicing. You saw that. And car just shut off mid-drift and wouldn't restart. We were really actually afraid that the motor had popped. So we drug it all the way back over here to the pits, and we ended up going through some diagnosing. Brandon did. We sorted that it was the actual battery. So our anti-gravity battery, for whatever reason, popped today. We weren't the only ones. It was really hot, or over this weekend, I mean, but it was extremely hot. What happens? But we got back here, checked it all out. We were already looking at motor options and things just in case, but we lucked out. So car's running good. We don't know exactly why the battery did that, so we're gonna sort those issues. The guys and I are gonna go get some food, sit in the air conditioning, eat, come back when it's a little cooler, pack up and ready to go so we can leave tomorrow to upstate New York. But whew, man, was that good. Could have been very bad. Ended up being something that we handled, and the team is just really coming together. It's amazing, these guys. I'm so lucky to be working with these guys and to have them on the team, you know, wanting to listen and take direction on the plans that, you know, Richard and I have come up with. So it's awesome. This guy's awesome. This guy's awesome. So, end of the weekend, we did our testing at Pro Bro Down yesterday, and then the guys and I we got the car fixed. We got everything loaded up and ready to go for St. Louis. We're just packing up the camp right now. Richard's getting going. The guys are doing just to button up. We gotta load up the scooters, and then we're off to upstate New York for 3 or 4 days. And then I go to Ohio, go do a job really quick, make some money, help pay for my season next year, as well as things needed this year. The team, we did great. We didn't get the results we wanted as far as up on podium, but the results I wanted as far as how we were gonna work together, how we were gonna accept and deal with challenges and problems that come up that we didn't expect, and then how we were gonna work through those as a team methodically to make sure we're not doing any double work and we're not wasting any time or opportunity. And we killed it. I don't often get to work with people where we sync and they're able to keep up with my speed and my level, and that might sound a certain way to people, but I have a lifetime of results that proves that. And these guys have this weekend as a result that proves that they deserve to be here, and that super, super lucky to have them. So these guys now have the results that proves that they deserve to be here, and that we are going to just keep evolving as a team. Very, very pumped to have this guy, Morrow, Brandon, as well as Dyson. We're able to support Richard in what he needs, and then in turn we'll all reach our own goals as well, because we're a bunch of killers that have come in here to do something while we're also working on something else that we want to achieve for ourselves. So good freaking weekend. What do you think, bud?
Good time, a lot of work, but it was a good time.
How about all your learning?
Oh, I learned so much. I
learned so freaking much. It's incredible work.
I don't know how much I'm gonna retain, like maybe like 50%.
That's still a lot more than you knew. That's incredible, and that's the point. That attitude is why he's here. This guy's attitude, though. What do you think of us? What do you think we did? Overall, we didn't get the results we wanted.
No, this is the nature of what we do.
Yeah, but as far as the team, I
think we're great. We keep making progress, and I think we're getting the crew dialed. My driving's getting more dialed, and it's just getting both of those in synergy, which is the hardest part of running a program. And we're so close, though. We're right there.
We're right freaking there. With only 4 rounds, it makes it kind of hard to show up. We don't, you know, it's all going on. We'd like more, because we'd like to know we're only 2/3 of the way through the round right now, as opposed to we're halfway through.
Yep.
It leaves us 2 rounds to be able to get on podium and secure our spot for next year. But
I think the biggest learning lesson is you can be the best driver and you have the best car, but a crew is everything.
It's attrition.
You have working with you and how committed they are, the quality of what they are. But I mean, Morrow's a great example, right? You can know nothing about cars and come into this, but if you're the right person and you're driven and you're ready to learn and you're smart, you know, he's a huge anchor to our team. And what's amazing about our team is without one person, it won't work.
Nope.
We have here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a good job selecting.
Crew chief.